CSM Radio Sports Center.
I'm Israel Fair. It wasn't the return to the playoffs that Maple Leafs fans had in mind. The game got off to a promising start when James Van Riemsdyk scored on the power play inside of 2 minutes to give the Leafs a 1-0 lead, and that's as good as it would get. Wade Redden tied the game late in the first, and Nathan Horton gave Boston the lead with 12 seconds left in the period. David Krejci and Johnny Boychuk added 2 more for the Bruins in the second to take Game 1 4-1. Here's Toronto head coach Randy Carlyle after the loss.
We self-destructed. We made some mistakes, and where we started to turn the puck over, and we fed them, and they took advantage of the miscues.
Now, if you were looking for solace in the Blue Jays game, you came to the wrong place.
There's a high drive, center field deep. Back goes Rasmus looking up, and it is into the bleachers out there. A home run. Mike Napoli with a bomb to dead center.
Napoli mashed 2 of Boston's 5 homers on the night. Clay Buchholz pitched 7 innings, giving up 2 hits, 3 walks, and striking out 8, as the Red Sox blasted the Jays 10-1. And to punctuate a terrible night for Toronto sports, the Montreal Impact smashed Toronto FC 6-0 in the second leg of the semi-final of the Canadian Championship. Montreal moves on to the final to play Vancouver. On the bright side, the Toronto Marlies did move on to the second round of the AHL playoffs. Will Acton scored in overtime to give the Marlies a 3-2 win and complete a 3-0 sweep over Rochester. Back to the NHL playoffs, the Penguins punished the Islanders 5-0. Sidney Crosby did not play, and there's still no word on when he'll return. In Vancouver, the Canucks dropped the Game 1 against San Jose 3-1. 3 games in the NBA playoffs, the Celtics forced the Game 6 by taking out the Knicks 92-86. Indiana annihilated Atlanta 106-83 to take a 3-2 series lead. And the Rockets rose past the Thunder in Oklahoma City 107-100. The Thunder still lead the series 3-2. While 4 Canadians take the course this weekend at Quail Hollow. David Hearn, Brad Fritsch, Mike Weir, and Stephen Ames will compete in the Wells Fargo Championship. The 2012 champion was Ricky Fowler. Sports every 20 minutes on CSM Radio. Ahead of tonight's game at Indiana, the Raptors are working to get not 1 but 2 players into their offense. It's been 3 games since he was acquired from Memphis, and Rudy Gay continues to develop a better understanding for the Raptors' offensive concepts.
I think he's got a little bit better feel of the offensive sets, but knowing where guys like the ball, where he has to pop to get the ball, he's still filling that.
In Wednesday's 99-95 loss to Boston, Toronto also welcomed back forward Andrea Bargnani. Bargnani had been out since mid-December, and now he's just trying to fit in.
I try to be aggressive in offense and on defense, and being out so many weeks, I gotta play harder on the defensive end, because on the offense I'm a little out of the plays, of course. So I gotta get back in that offensive flow.
Bargnani's return to the lineup could be short-lived. ESPN.com is reporting that a Bargnani trade could be coming before the deadline, and Raptors GM Brian Colangelo has intimated as much.
Andrea is a player that has definitely garnered interest.
Seeing a marked improvement in the offense tonight will be a challenge. The Pacers lead the NBA in defensive efficiency. They do a great job limiting the quality of their opponent's scoring chances, so the emphasis for the Raptors is on maintaining proper floor spacing.
If your spacing's not exact and where you're supposed to specific, then it really clogs things up and really takes away driving alleys, which what we want to do.
Israel Fair, CSM Radio.